The New England Patriots just flipped the entire AFC conversation overnight. 3 straight wins have turned quiet doubts into real fear across the league. You can feel it every time they line up. The spark, the edge, the sense that this team isn't rebuilding anymore. It's reawakening. The swagger is back in Foxborough, and it's spreading through every snap. This isn't a lucky stretch. It's a shift in power. Something big is happening inside this locker room, and it's changing how everyone looks at the Patriots again. Every drive now looks like it has purpose. The Patriots aren't waiting for mistakes, they're forcing them. Mike Vrabel has built a version of this team that plays with both heart and precision. The culture feels demanding again, but not tense. Players celebrate the little things, fight for every yard, and treat every possession like a message. When a team starts winning games like this, on the road, under pressure, against noise, it means the mindset has flipped. This isn't a team hoping to compete. It's a team that expects to win. But here's what makes this surge even more fascinating. The offense has become the quiet engine of this turnaround. No drama, no wasted motion, just clean, methodical football that wears defenses down. The rhythm feels familiar, yet sharper, faster, and more unpredictable. And at the center of it all is the same question echoing across the league. How did the Patriots offense suddenly turn into a weapon again? That's where the story truly begins. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Patriots and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 100 likes on this video. Here's the twist that changed the Patriots on offense. Drives feel planned, not guessed. The ball comes out on time, spacing looks clean, and third downs turn into lifelines instead of traps. You saw it in the way they kept stacking plays and kept the crowd quiet. The number that tells the story is 6 of 13 on third down. And it was not luck. It was structure. It was trust. It was a unit that knows exactly where each yard is coming from. What nobody is talking about is how simple choices built that rhythm. Motion before the snap moved defenders and created clean releases. Bunch looks gave receivers a free runway. The line held up in the first half, tight ends chipped when needed, and the backs stepped into blitzers without blinking. Even when the runs did not hit big, the calls still mattered because they kept safeties honest and set up the shots that followed. The offense did not chase hero plays. It kept stacking first downs until the game tilted. The shocking part is how calm it all looks when pressure rises. Checks at the line, quiet feet in the pocket, and the ball finding the right matchup again. That is not just play design. That is the heartbeat of a quarterback who turns stress into timing. If the scheme is the frame, the painter is about to step into focus. Now we get to the voice guiding all of it and why his control might change everything in the weeks ahead. The New England Patriots have a young quarterback who turns broken moments into winning plays. Pocket squeezes, rushers close in, and Drake May keeps his eyes up, shifts his feet, and snaps a throw that flips the down. It is not flash for the sake of flash. It is calm work under heat, the kind that steals tempo from a defense and hands it back to his sideline. You can feel the trust growing around him because nothing looks rushed and nothing looks scared. The numbers tell you why the huddle listens. He went 18 of 26 for 261 yards with 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, and posted a 140.1 rating. Those are not empty stats. They came with smart checks, clean protections, and quick answers on money downs. He slid protections, redirected backs, and took the throws the defense allowed. When flags wiped out big gains, he did not chase them back. He rebuilt the drive with simple completions and let the offense breathe. But here's the twist that should worry future opponents. His timing with different targets is getting sharper by the week. He is no longer leaning on one name to carry the room. He is finding the matchup, trusting the release, and firing on time. That opens a door that New England has not walked through in a while. A passing game where new playmakers change the picture snap to snap. Which brings us to the receivers who turn chances into sparks and why their surge could reshape the ceiling of this offense. Here is where the room got louder. Kayshon Boutte turned a road game into his stage, winning with strong hands and sharp timing. 5 catches, all heavy plays, and 2 of them crossed the goal line. He worked the sideline, he owned the back shoulder, and he finished through contact. The stat that jumps off the page is simple. All 5 grabs moved the chains or scored. That is impact you can feel. Demario Pop Douglas added a different spark. He stacked speed on top of clean routes and turned space into stress for the secondary. His deep strike woke up the sideline, and his run after the catch kept drives alive. What nobody is talking about is how he kept blocking on snaps when the ball went elsewhere. That quiet work built trust, and when his number came up, he answered with production that matched the moment. The best part is how this changes the picture before the snap. Defenses cannot shade everything to one side when Boot is winning matchups and Pop is threatening grass behind them. The quarterback does not need to force the ball to a single star when new targets keep cashing in, which raises the question that leads us forward. If the supporting cast is scoring like this, what happens when the veteran wideout bends coverage without touching the box score? Stefon Diggs did not light up the box score, and that is exactly why this game told a deeper story. His line read 3 catches for 28 yards, yet his routes kept pulling defenders out of the picture. Corners trailed him across the field, safeties shaded to his side, and windows opened where younger receivers could breathe. The calm part is how he accepted that role without chasing numbers. He treated attention as a tool and let the coverage follow him like a magnet. What nobody is talking about is how that patience changed keydowns. When the defense doubled high, Diggs snapped into sharp underneath stems that forced linebackers to widen. That tiny shift created the space that turned timing throws into first downs. He still delivered a clutch conversion when the moment called for it, then went right back to moving coverage like a veteran point guard. The lesson for the room was simple. Winning can be quiet. Influence can be measured in how the defense reacts, not only in totals. The ripple effect reached the young wideouts and the quarterback. Trust the read, trust the leverage, take the throw the defense gifts you. That is how a star lifts the offense even when his name is not in lights. And now that the passing game can win across the board, the next question hits the other side of the ball. If the offense controls pace, can the defense set the tone and squeeze games in the moments that matter most? The Patriots' defense has stopped relying on flash and started building everything on grit. They bend early, test their patience, and then close the door when it matters. Against New Orleans, that formula worked perfectly. The Saints found space in the first quarter, but by halftime, every window was closing faster. It was less about one big play and more about stacking smart ones. The communication tightened, the tackling sharpened, and the tone flipped from reactive to relentless. Marcus Jones stood out like a spark plug in the middle of it all. At 5'8", he played taller than anyone on the field. 3 pass breakups and his first career sack showed why he is becoming the heartbeat of this secondary. Every snap he played carried purpose. He read the ball, jumped routes, and brought energy that spread across the unit. Even when Carlton Davis struggled in coverage, the rest of the group adjusted quickly, proving this defense moves as one mind instead of a collection of pieces. The most overlooked detail is how this group wins on the hidden downs. 3rd and long, they disguise fronts. 4th and short, they bring pressure from unexpected angles. Vrabel has molded them into a disciplined storm, one that trades showmanship for substance. And as the defense keeps finding ways to close, the credit circles back to the sideline, the man designing the blueprint and setting the tone for every player who steps onto the field. Mike Vrabel's influence has completely reshaped the Patriots, turning them from a team searching for identity into one that thrives on discipline and unity. His leadership goes beyond play calling. He sets the emotional tone, keeping the sideline calm and focused even through adversity. Veterans have rediscovered their edge. Younger players have embraced accountability, and the locker room now feels alive with purpose. Vrabel's message of trust and ownership has created a culture that fixes mistakes instead of repeating them. And as New England heads to Tennessee, his old home, that transformation is about to be tested in a game that clearly means more than just another matchup. But the real story is how balanced this rise has become. The quarterback is calm, the defense is unified, and the head coach has reconnected the locker room to its standard. The Patriots are not pretending to be contenders. They are quietly becoming one. The rest of the conference can see it happening, but stopping it is another story. Something is building in Foxborough again. And this time, it's not nostalgia. It's a new era forming right in front of everyone.